So in the stator, this is called stator winding. The stator winding rotating magnetic field is rotate at a speed of synchronous speed. Okay. So some speed is the stator rotating magnetic field is rotating. At the time of starting, the rotor is stationary. Rotor is stationary. Because of that, there is a relative speed between these two. Okay. So there is a relative some amount of relative speed between these two. Stator magnetic field is rotating at synchronous speed, and rotor speed is 0 at the time of starting. Because of that, there is a uh, relative speed between these two. Some moment of EMF induced, so same as a transformer induction principle. Okay. So because so induction principle, based on induction principle, so there is a relative speed between these two. So because of that, so a moment of EMF induced in the rotor bars of the rotor. So because of EMF, some amount of current is induced. Because of this EMF and current, so there is a force is developed between these two, stator rotating magnetic field and rotor core of the induction motor. Okay. Rotor core and the stator. So there is a relative speed between these two. Because of that, EMF induced in the rotor bar, and the current is developed. Because of this current, then some amount of force is developed. That force, okay, because of that force, the rotor is also trying to rotate it in this less than the synchronous speed. Okay. If compulsory relative speed relative speed maintained, then only this rotor is rotating. Okay. The compulsory, there is a relative speed between the stator rotating magnetic field and rotor. Then only EMF induced in the rotor. Otherwise, there is no EMF. Okay. Because of there is the relative speed between these two 0. In that case, the EMF induced in the rotor is 0. Rotor bars is 0. Okay. So to rotate the rotor, so this rotor speed and stator rotating magnetic field speed is different. For example, the stator rotating magnetic field is rotating at a speed of 1000 rpm. So let us assume this rotating magnetic field is rotating 1000 rpm. This rotor is rotating below 1000. That may be 950, 975. So like that. Okay. Some speed variation is required to rotate the rotor. If it is rotating same speed, that's a relative speed between these two 0. Okay. There is no change in variation of the flux. Okay. That's why the rotor is not rotating at synchronous speed. In induction motor, the rotor is not rotating at synchronous speed. Okay. This stator speed is called stator rotating magnetic field speed is called NS. Okay. The stator rotating magnetic field speed is called NS, and the rotor rotating speed is called NR. Okay. So if the rotor speed is NR, stator speed, both are equal at that case, there is no relative speed between these two. So then if the relative speed is between these two means there is no EMF induced in the rotor conductors. Okay. That's why there is no torque developed in this rotor. That's why the rotor speed always less than the synchronous speed in induction motor. Okay. Rotor speed is always less than the synchronous speed. Then only it will be rotating. The rotor speed is so this color, whenever it is rotating both same speed, then no EMF and current developed in the rotor conductor. Okay, that is the main important concept. If it is the stator rotating magnetic field and rotor rotating at same speed, there is no EMF and no current developed in the rotor bars. If the rotor speed is less than the synchronous speed, okay, this rotor is rotating less than that synchronous speed. Okay. So in that case, this EMF induced and the current is developed. Because of that, the torque will be developed and the rotor is also trying to rotate in this direction. Okay. What is that case? The rotor speed must be less than that of this stator, that is called synchronous speed. Rotor speed must be less than that of the synchronous speed. Then only, so this rotor is rotating. So difference between stator speed and rotor speed is called slip. Slip is equal to ns minus nr divided by ns. Slip is nothing but synchronous speed minus rotor speed by synchronous speed is called slip. Okay. So stator rotating magnetic field is called synchronous speed. and rotor speed is called NR. Stator rotating magnetic field that is called NS, and rotor speed is called NR. And NS minus NR by NS is called slip, and slip is generally 2 to 6% of for induction motors. 2 to 6% the slip is NS minus NR by NS, like this. Okay, so like this rotating magnetic field is developed in this, okay, in this induction motor. So in this induction motor, so no permanent magnets are used in this induction motor, and no brushes, no commutator rings. Commutator bars are not, there is no commutator rings, no position sensors. Okay, and simple and rugged in construction. That's why this induction motor is a very simple and rugged in construction. And also, three-phase induction motor is self-started. Three-phase induction motor is also called as a self-started induction motor. Okay, three-phase induction motor is called self-started induction motor. So, easy speed control is possible in an induction motor. Speed control is easy. I'm already explaining this concept. So, speed control is easily possible. So, by changing the frequency, so the speed of the induction motor can be controlled by changing the poles. Okay, speed easily controlled. So, this is about so animation. So, rotating magnetic field. So, how the rotating magnetic field is rotating in an induction motor. So, that is the concept we have to discuss. First, so try to consider here. This is called stator winding. This is called stator. Okay, so A phase, B phase, C phase. That is nothing but R phase, Y phase, B phase. So notation is different here. Okay, concept is same, but notations are different. R phase, Y phase, B phase, like that. A phase, B phase, C phase. So A phase starting from here and connected in this pole core. This is called the pole core. Stator core. This is called stator core. Okay, so on that R phase is connected winding like this manner, and this is called A terminal, and is connected to the other side. So like this manner, this is called A dash. This is called A and A dash, and this is connected to the neutral wire. Okay, and similarly B phase, that is maybe Y phase also. It may call as a Y phase. Okay, so this connected to the winding in the, like this manner, and then this called B, and this is called B dash. So like this, and this connected to the neutral. Secondary terminals are connected at one particular point, that is called neutral. So this is called a star connection. Okay, first A phase, so winding is connected the incoming terminal, incoming and outgoing terminal. It's connected at particular point, and B phase also connected like this. Okay, and it's connected to the neutral point, and C phase also connected like this, and a neutral point. That means this is a star connection. Okay, R phase, Y phase, B phase, like that. A, B, C, A phase, B phase, C phase, star connected. All second terminals are connected at particular point. This second terminal, where is the second terminal? This is the second terminal connected here.
Excuse me, sir.
This second terminal of this winding.
Excuse me, sir.
So here, and the second terminal of this winding connected here.
Excuse me, sir.
That means all winding second terminals are connected at particular point. That point is called neutral. That means this is called star connection. Okay,
sir.
So A dash. This is called one winding.
Excuse me, sir.
And B dash. C dash. So like this. You are winding A dash. So you are represented in so like this manner. A dash. B dash. C dash. C dash. So like this. Okay. This is called a rotor. It's called stator.
Excuse me, sir.
This is called stator.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Okay. So this magnetic field, the area of flux density distribution. So like this manner. So middle of this A and A dash, the magnetic flux density is I in between A and A dash. So A and A dash is the magnetic flux density. So is less, is a minimum in between these two. At a particular point A or A dash, the magnetic flux density is I. Okay, at this particular location, the magnetic flux density. So in between these two, the magnetic flux density is less. Okay, this is called a flux distribution. Air gap
Sir,
flux
excuse me, sir.
Here air gap flux distribution is more, here more. Similarly, B phase
Excuse
also.
me, sir.
Okay, similarly B phase also, the air gap flux distribution here more and here more. See, also here more. So try to observe here, this called magnetic flux density, air gap flux density distribution. So here maximum. Okay, so here also
Sir, won't be
maximum.
able to hear as he has
But in
muted.
between these two, there is
See,
a very
the
minimum.
volume.
Yeah, I
Okay.
got that
Actually,
much, man.
So like this, the magnetic flux is distributed. So the flux density distribution in the air gap can be expressed as, so like this, B of theta is equal to Bm, B max cos theta.
Spam chat.
Okay. So B maximum cos theta. So here is at the start of 0. So pi by 2, pi. So like this. Okay, like this, the magnetic flux is changing. Okay. So B of theta is equal to B maximum cos theta. The air gap flux per pole is pi p. Okay, it's changing like this. Okay, so tomorrow we will discuss rotating magnetic field.